Yeah. Oh, 10 a.m. in 15 minutes. Nice. 15 minutes left.
Welcome
Great.
to the counselor's office.
We're temporarily bringing off the live stream offline because it's flipping times. We don't know what time it's starting. It's going to start when it wants to start. It said 9:30, then it went to 10. Now it's back 9:30. Now we're going back up. And chat is having a conniption. Holy smokes. Chat is having a conniption over here. And there's no sound. No, that's right. It's definitely an hour. I can't believe this. Oh my goodness. They brought the live stream down. They brought the live stream down. I don't know why it's in Japanese. Or that was in Japanese. That kind of threw me off. Like, why is that Japanese?
I've been playing games as long as I can remember. Y'all. Like many of you.
What the heck?
Who I am. I believe there's this deeply rooted, often unstated.
There's no volume on Twitch, so
alive.
We're just gonna watch here.
In 2014, Bungie set out to start a new adventure. Heroes awakened.
Twitch is probably writhing right now.
A silent god set in our sky. And it wouldn't be long before an ancient enemy, shrouded in darkness, showed up at humanity's door to destroy us.
Yeah?
Over the years,
by the way, this isn't actually live, which is it's a video, which is funny.
We could have imagined. Players would explore deep into the depths of Venus.
Yep.
Hunting a machine god that controlled time
itself. Nostalgia. It was still a good game.
Or their mythic weaponry and their paracausal abilities to stand alone against monsters that took others, an entire elite squad. They'd race alongside their friends far into the early morning in the halls of an ancient city where only a select few emerged victorious at dawn, clutching the heart of a dragon.
Yeah.
But most importantly, they bring their friends and their family into this world, and together,
man, when they had good commercials and stuff for Destiny,
become lifelong companions.
They don't do that anymore.
Together, we approach the final shape. We're about to embark on the last expedition of Destiny's first saga. So let's be clear about the stakes.
Let's be a banger then, shall we?
In the final shape, you will go inside the Traveler.
Wow!
The journey will be difficult. And what awaits you on the other side of this trek is nothing less than the deadliest entity we have ever faced. There will be no open betas.
What?
There aren't going to be any guides on the internet telling you how to handle what's to come. Whether you've been with us from the beginning, joined us somewhere along the road, or looking at
world or something
for the first time, anybody who shows up on launch day is going to be greeted with this same uncharted world, a vacuum-sealed experience begging for you to be the first person to peel it open.
Okay.
So today is your invitation to go forth and adventure.
But you got to sell me first. I'm not spending money until I feel like it's worth my time. Okay. With nostalgia. Okay. The full circle I talked about. We need to go full circle.
After all these years, we never talked about it. Why I brought you back.
Okay. What the heck? Is that the tower?
You were chosen.
For what? Why did we decide to just now say something now?
The truth is, I didn't know then.
Okay. You just didn't know.
It was just a feeling.
I'm not really seeing much of a banger right now. Just more nostalgia bait.
After all we've seen, all we've lost, this fight might be our last. So I'm asking you,
Okay.
one
We got disciples.
last time to rise.
Okay. Whoa! Battle axe. We've been wanting a battle axe. That didn't show me anything, though. That literally didn't show me anything. What? That literally didn't show us anything except a battle axe.
This is a momentous time in
What?
Destiny history. We've
They
been
didn't show
building
you
to this
anything!
moment for the last 10 years.
The final shape is the conclusion to that journey. This is a moment in gaming that as a developer, you just don't get very often.
You didn't show us
Guardians and allies
anything.
are fighting the biggest threat that the universe has ever seen in this big culmination of the Light and
Except for a
Darkness saga.
couple tidbits. We saw new enemies.
When we were thinking of what the final shape could be, it had to be a lot of different things.
A
It needs to
battle axe,
pay
and that
off
was
this
it?
epic confrontation with the Witness that we've been setting up for years. It has to bring you closer to your allies in the Vanguard. It has to be this place that like makes you feel nostalgic for the entire journey you've been
It
on.
was nostalgia bait the entire time.
We were resurrected by ghosts at the very beginning of this story. We didn't know why, but it was for this. The Traveler is asking us for help, and it's our responsibility to protect every living
you're gonna
thing
show
in the
more,
universe
right?
from what the Witness intends to do.
We're gonna talk. You're gonna show more, right?
When we first start the final shape, we are finally able to go through the portal that the Witness opened in the Traveler at the end of Lightfall.
Inside is the Pale Heart of the Traveler. That is the stage for our showdown with the Witness.
The Witness has the darkness. It has always had a connection to it. The Pale Heart of the Traveler is what it's trying to use to gain connection to the light. So with both, it can enact its final shape.
The Witness looks around and sees a lack of purpose, no meaning. It wants to fix all that. So it's
What?
trying
I'm
to put the universe
dumbstruck
into
right
this
now. That's how,
frozen
like, what?
perfection where everything's just exactly how it thinks it's supposed to be. That is the final shape.
If we're going to defeat the Witness, it's going to take everyone. Failure
Yeah.
is not an option.
We're gonna need the Vanguard,
We saw a
all
bunch
our
of old
allies,
nostalgia.
and all the Guardians to rally together and be brave in the face of Oblivion.
I see a new battle axe, which is
In
dope.
the final
But
shape, we're going to answer questions at the grandest scale. But what I find really interesting is that it's also a very personal journey where we deepen our relationships with these characters that we've known for so long. Zavala, Ikora, our ghost, get to reconnect with
Cade.
K6. So
We're not gonna talk about
While
Cade?
there's this great conflict and everything going on around us and stakes of just unimaginable heights, it's still at the end a story told around campfires by a bunch of companions who have been fighting together for hundreds of years.
no way, that's it. There's no way. You showed literally nothing, and it was just nostalgia. I saw repurposed armor. Okay,
In the final
your
shape,
footage.
we're going through the portal that the Witness has opened up to confront
Okay,
it
we're getting
and
some
stop the
more
final
footage, I
shape.
think. Okay.
Inside the Traveler is just infinite, vast, unknowable. And we're landing on the Pale Heart, which is a fraction of really what is inside the Traveler.
Okay.
The Pale Heart is weird. It's a little strange. It makes you feel a bit uncomfortable. And it is also just so cool and artistic in the best way.
It's a maze. Okay.
The Witness entered well ahead of any Guardians, and so it's had time to kind of shape what's there. When our Guardian enters, the rest of the Pale Heart starts getting shaped also around what we've experienced.
Oh.
This is the Traveler recreating
So the nostalgia,
world
they're
from
bringing
you
back
as it saw
what we've
your
experienced.
journey.
One of the most memorable Bloodhallas from Destiny's past is the D1 tower.
Yeah, okay.
It's really a labor of
Nostalgia
love from the
bait.
Destiny team. The final shape means so much to everyone who's building it, and I think players are really going to be able to see that.
We got the OG
Pale
tower
Heart
almost.
is our very first linear destination that we've ever done.
SMG,
I would
okay.
love it if players felt that they began their journey in a place of safety.
That looks
and
like Venus.
feel it escalate
Mars.
in danger, in
It looks like Mars.
surrealness, because there is this beautiful evolution of the space.
So maybe they did
see
take what I
things
thought.
that are more and
Okay.
more wrong as they begin to go towards the Witness's monolith. It's kind of this omnipresent, foreboding thing off in the distance.
The weirdest things happen as you get closer to the monolith in the
Yeah.
form of reshaping. Kind of like deconstructing things and putting them back together. Just wrong.
The sense of scale you get out there, like as you're exploring these spaces and you're jumping on these reshaped cuboids of Earth, you feel tiny as a Guardian. You feel
The
alone.
Kostov.
You feel
Come on, stop
like you
using
are not the
Kostov.
force to be
Either bring it
reckoned
back
with,
as a
that you have
legendary,
them.
stop using it.
You're not the God Slayer right now. You're just this little person jumping from these massive pieces to massive pieces.
Okay, big open
One of the
world.
things that we really tried to also capture is that the Witness keeps throwing everything it has at you. And so you're going to fight these new enemies,
Ooh.
the Subjugators.
Subjugators, let's go. New enemy
Subjugators are
race.
the new unit you're going to be facing in the final shape. They have
Awesome.
an enhanced power
They're
set.
mini Rolks,
They're
essentially.
performing
But hey, we'll
stasis
take that,
powers
right?
and strand powers to face the Guardian, while
Oh.
in support of all the other enemies you're fighting too.
They bring something entirely new to the battlefield, which is kind of this element of control.
They're back there pinging away with
Stasis
stasis abilities,
strand, huh?
throwing crystals at you, freezing you in
Ooh,
place,
pistol.
tangling you up.
Handgun. Okay, at least that we've always wanted more, so they gave us
We're
something.
focusing you on
Sniper,
the campaign and only the
fusion
campaign.
rifle.
It's the most important thing in the universe at that moment. You have to stop the final shape from happening.
And for that, we do need the help with our allies. And so we're going to make sure that the core Vanguard team
What about
gets back
Mithrax
together.
and Osiris and all
Zavala,
them? Are they
Ikora,
not
and
coming?
Cade.
The campaign
Anna,
is just the start
Cadle.
of the Pale Heart. After you've reached
What about
the
that,
monolith
huh?
and finished the campaign, we open up the entire
Ooh,
destination.
Europa
and
is being
so
shown in
the
here
entire
too.
Pale Heart is going to react to you and what you are doing.
Okay, so it's like a mismatch of all the areas we've
The
been
campaign in
into.
the final shape doesn't
Well,
really
that's
end
what I'm getting.
with the final mission. The raids are where you defeat like the big bosses. So it's only natural that when you are going to confront the Witness, you're going to do that in the raid.
Okay.
But that might not be enough.
Oh.
This is a moment where we need to rally all Guardians to be able to overcome the final shape.
Okay, it
and the
is a
Witness.
combination of everything old into new. Okay, I mean, that's acceptable for me. You know, I want them to tie everything together, and they kind of did.
In the final shape, we are inside
I want
the
more.
Traveler. Very close to this energy. This allows us to have new supers, Arc, Solar, Void.
We want to create something that turns you into an offensive powerhouse, but also can benefit your allies in a support capacity.
Okay.
There is this thread of team play and like working with your friends to overcome the odds.
Okay.
The Warlock Super is this ultimate expression of solar energy coursing through your Guardian.
Sunsinger?
This Solar Warlock Super is a callback to Radiance from D1.
Other than Golden Gun, this is the only other first-person super in Destiny right now. Your melee's like all these projectiles
Sunsinger.
going off, doubling the amount of projectiles. Your grenade almost being sentient
What?
as it searches around, and then it hits a
Okay,
character.
this is just
bounces
generic
off and
play. I
goes
want
to
to see
another
G
one,
Master
and
gameplay though.
You're
Give me some
so
Grandmasters.
overflowing with this energy that you are also
Dude's running with
giving
a-
it to your allies,
a white
allowing
armor.
them to have their solar weapons supercharged, applying Scorch when they're shooting.
The new Solar Warlock aspect. When I cast my Rift, it is going to create this little solar soul
Okay.
that when it sees an enemy, it launches part of itself out.
That's
and
pretty
hits
cool.
the enemy and explodes and scorches them.
It just feels very alive.
That sounds pretty good.
Twilight Arsenal. It's a layered super.
This is the only ranged one-off offensive super for Titans in the game. The Titan jumps up into the air, summons this giant void axe, throws it,
it's a
summons
one-off?
another one, throws it, summons another one, looks at a different group of enemies, throws it.
Oh, I wish it was
And when
roaming.
these axes fly through the air, they stick into the ground or an enemy, do their void gravity thing where they suck a bunch of energy and enemies in and then explode.
That's kinda cool.
But that doesn't destroy the axe. The axe sticks around, and you and your allies can go and pick up that axe and start wailing on
That's
enemies
great.
with it.
This super is insane to me.
The Void Titan aspect, I press and
How long
hold
before
my
it get
grenade
nerfed,
button
though?
to consume my grenade and turn it into the shield. The more damage it takes, the more it charges up, and then I can release that, and it creates this blast that deals massive damage.
Okay. Titan might be my main.
Arc is all about finding the shortest distance between
Void
two
might be
points.
on-
The hunter
on
kind
the
of rears
dinner.
back, takes this knife and throws it across the world, and then is able to blink to its position, do the
Blink
slash
is back
that
on the
just
table?
decimates anyone nearby.
One really great thing about that is not just you do it once, but you're able to do it 3 times, along with devastating attacks each time you do it.
But how much damage did it really do, though?
We take our staff, we twirl it in the air, which propels us upward. It creates this burst, which amplifies you and any allies near you.
It almost makes it feel like you're playing a fighting game, right? Like these combos that you're chaining together to do these different moves. It like takes that sandbox to the next level.
The more aspects we have, the more capable we are to do that.
It feels like you're like riding the lightning, you know? Like that instantaneous, like...
It's got that assassin feel. That's cool. Hunters needed that assassin feel.
I like it. I like it.
I mean, I think Titan's gonna be awesome.
Weapons team has been working on all sorts of goodness. We've got exotics, we've got legendaries, we've got
Okay.
perks. We're always cooking up stuff. We're always playing with stuff
Let's
that
see
we
if it's
think
not
is, like,
trash, though.
really interesting or taking inspiration.
There's a lot of
We
it's
have
trash.
Tessellation, which is this exotic pyramid fusion rifle. It has the really intriguing property of adapting your guardian's current damage type.
This will be the first time that you can run a weapon that can
I'm
adapt
not
to
getting my
the
hope up
strand
just
or
yet, 'cause I haven't
stasis
seen
in
any
energy slot,
dungeons.
So you'll be able to run an entirely strand or entirely stasis loadout.
That's kind of
Tessellation
cool.
has the additional property that you can special reload to reshape your grenade and suck it into the weapon, and then fire out a super destructive single projectile. It's a really special weapon.
What's the one specific exotic that I can make that's like really zany that you would like right now?
What if Golden Gun was a sniper rifle?
What if you could harness the might of the Traveler? You know, we had a moment where we saw that Traveler Beam cutscene. I know people on Weapons went, I kind of want that. You're like, that is incredibly dope.
So we've got this opportunity to bring back these iconic Destiny 1 weapons, but really turn it into something that feels unique in Destiny 2.
We have to
Dragon's
bring
Breath, sorry.
Cloudstop into the fold.
The
Finally!
Red Death exotic pulse rifle.
And Dragon's Breath.
Dragon's Breath,
Burn the
Gustav.
world, burn it all.
Okay, nostalgia.
In the final shape, we have new weapon subfamilies coming, broadening what existing weapons can be.
Really, like, bordering on exotic functionality. So, for example, we've
Oh,
got
yeah,
a
before
rocket
that's nerfed.
pistol sidearm subfamily. We always liked the special ammo sidearms. This fires tiny, slow-moving rockets. They hit very hard, do a bit of AoE damage.
I'm gonna say it's probably not good, though.
Regular weapon and rocket launcher stats. We're also doing a new support weapon subfamily.
The support frame auto rifle is a type of legendary auto rifle. It'll let you switch seamlessly from firing at enemies to healing your allies.
What?
I'm really excited to bring it to dungeons and keep my team alive, honestly.
A gun that heals?
The weapons team is always coming up with new ideas. We've got a ton of new cool stuff coming over the next few years, and some new and really wild ideas, which we're pretty excited about.
I know half of those guns are gonna be trash, though.
Take a load off. We've got a lot to cover.
I'm gonna be honest. A lot of these weapons are probably gonna be bad.
Hero type.
So
That's
don't
me,
get hyped
so.
too much.
I'm back.
Yeah, you're back.
Give me a sec.
Hey, look at! I said they would show Kate off. I think I've hit bingo, right?
This is
I've hit bingo on things I expected them to show. Super.
Off my map.
Legendary weapons,
Worst case
flashy
scenario,
gameplay.
You die.
Kate.
Who knows? Maybe you won't.
I hit some bingo already. I've got to be near bingo.
Well, better get back to it.
Yeah, I have not seen anything that tells me they're over delivering yet.
In this moment where we're driving to the end of the Light and Darkness saga, it's great to see Cade like return to this world at this moment with all this change about to culminate with this confrontation with the long-standing enemy, the Witness.
Cade is the quintessential hunter. His presence casts such a long shadow over the story of Destiny, whether it was when he was alive or when he was dead.
What Cade goes through in this journey, how he serves as a catalyst for the other characters, the events that are uncovered to have brought him back. This is how the story had to end. There was no end to the Light and Darkness saga that didn't have Cade here alongside his friends.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, is Cade really that make or break? I thought Zavala honestly was
the nature
kind of
of
iconic.
the Pale Heart. I think that crystallized Cade's role as a guide. Cade is Virgil, and he's our guide through this other place. Cade is the one who is the most appropriate person to be the guide, because that's his job. That's always
Okay,
been
I
his
kind of
job.
dig that. He's
It
the
just feels
Virgil
so
of
natural
Dante's
for
Inferno.
Nathan to be back in the booth. It felt amazing to just see him slip back into the role, like without missing a beat.
Right, instantly.
In the flesh, or metal, as it were.
Cade's the glue that's always held Zavala and Ikora together. Having him back puts them in a position of questioning where they've been and what they've done without him.
You think about the journey that Zavala's been on and how he's been taken down this dark path, and you think about the weight that's been on Ikora, having to hold the Vanguard together, having Cade's voice of levity and brightness that he brings to that group. I think it's going to be great for them.
Well, at least we have each other.
And our chicken.
We want people to take away that sense of reunion and that idea of like the gang being back together for this moment.
I'm here now. Wherever the hell here is.
Still not like overly hyped, so we'll see. I mean, we still haven't really seen anything that's like, wow, Witch Queen level to me. I'm still not like,
Guardian, the Witness poses a dire
this is season
threat.
22.
And the Witch Queen holds the answers we seek. But only if we contend with her sister, Xivu Araf. It rests with me.
Oh.
Will you come back from this? Do not be afraid.
All right, so season 22, not the final shape.
Bring me your tithes.
What?
You now wield hive magic and have entwined it with your light. Assault the Spire, Guardian, and open the way to our tides.
Okay. Oh, hive gear. Okay, that's kind of cool.
Let them know fear.
She's become a hive, which is kind of cool.
Whispers, and they do whisper.
All right, trading cards.
Guardian. Every opponent
Finishers that you have to pay for.
strengthens me.
That's kind of cool.
My appetite rises for your brutal tributes.
It's the hammer, but I mean, like, we know how hammer is.
Let us show her what it is to be Hive.
Okay.
You have found the horn of battle. You are deserving of the greatest death I can bestow.
So we're actually fighting against her. Season of the Witch. All right. Season of the Witch, huh?
The Season of the Witch is our opportunity as players. We've been annihilating and breaking Hive spells, and now we finally get to cast them.
At the end of Season of the Deep, we learn that Savathun has the key to getting into the portal that we need to go into. That means we have to go find Imaru, her ghost.
Of
Imaru's
course.
like, not so fast. We've got a bigger problem first, and that bigger problem's name is Xivu Arath. If we fight her, she only gets stronger. Eris has an idea. It's a really
good
It's a wild ass idea, yeah. She determines, like, well, the best way to fight fire is with fire. We are channeling all of that energy that we're creating by going through, by eliminating enemies, and we're tithing to our friend Eris.
Bring me your tithes.
What does that mean for the characters and the player to kind of like be like Savathun? And that's where we went down the path of having Hive Eris. We want to extend that magical fantasy into the player.
She looks
that
cool.
ability to have overwhelming.
I'm not
magical
gonna lie,
powers,
she's
that
the
risk and
total
reward
badass.
into all of our activities and systems experiences. And so that's what led us to come up with things like
The
Deck of
season theme
Whispers.
might actually be pretty good.
It's this magical deck of cards that creates amazing synergies with your buildcraft meta.
Oh,
and with buffs and the
more
activities.
roguelikes.
They can then choose these cards at will, whichever ones they want, and then that really leans into the build crafting.
You actually are getting cards that you can then use to place on the battlefield and change the way you play.
I'm such a sucker for deck building. Like, being able to, like, bring
What
that
a different
element
way
into
to play Destiny.
gameplay has
What
just
the
been like,
heck?
just
It's
really
super
fun.
The Wish deals more. Oh my god.
So we've got 2 brand new seasonal activities coming with
Oh,
Season
boy.
of the Witch.
All right.
We've got Altars of Summoning and Savathun's Spire.
Savathun's Spire is our new 3-player offensive. You're doing
Okay.
a lot more with the Lucent Hive magic, but it's got a high amount of combatant density. It's got additional random encounters that you can come across.
The Witch's Spire itself, Savathun's Spire, was like her reliquary for all these different magical experiments as she was learning the light. You're
Oh.
there in order to learn as much as you can in order to become a master spellcaster, right? To become like Savathun.
All right,
the
then.
Altar of Summoning's activity is really exciting because you can spend like 20 minutes in it, or you can spend 2 hours in it.
It's a 3-player experience.
Why
that
would you
can
spend 2
hop
hours
and
in
hop
it?
out of. As you're going through this activity, you're filling the tithing bucket. As that tithing bucket is filled up, you'll get progressively more rewards. And then finally at the end, it'll cash out and you'll get a whole mess of rewards.
Ooh. Okay.
We really wanted to make sure that there was a home for any exotic mission content coming in seasons after the year has passed.
Okay, exotic
and so
rotations.
We developed what we're calling the exotic mission rotator.
Right away, we're getting Presage, Vox Obscura, and Operation Seraph Shield.
This is some of the most fun content the team has making.
Live
It's some
today.
Of the content the fans and players of Destiny love the most. The most
Next
exciting
year,
thing,
more.
outside of just the missions themselves,
Which
is
is pretty
every
stupid
time we
that
put a
it's
mission
gonna take a
inside of that
full year to get
rotator,
more.
The exotic that comes alongside of it will become craftable.
Yeah, I don't know. No one really uses Dead Men's Tale, so I don't know if anyone's really
Season of
hyped
the
about
Witch,
it.
We have a brand new Vex lo-fi PvP map coming. It's really exciting. It's got a bunch of really tight gameplay experiences. We wanted to make sure that we focused the combat a little bit more. With the new Vex network map, we really wanted to make sure we hit is like, hey, you're shoulder to shoulder more often. There's not as much deep sight lines that you're
shotguns.
interacting with. And a lot of the flow of the map is actually built around this like kind of central pillar of the Vex network that you're orienting around.
And there's also some modes coming too, right?
We've got a new PvP game mode coming that's all about relics. It's about multiple
Yeah,
relics.
we
so it's
know
not
all
just
about
one,
this, so I
like
don't
the
know if
Scorch
I'm,
game
like,
mode from the past.
overly
So
hyped
we've got
right
the
now.
Shield coming from Vault of Glass. We've got the Spear back from Season of the Risen.
And we got the Scythe from Season of the Haunted.
Yeah, so you're going to be reaping Guardians with that thing. It's a lot more tactical gameplay. It's all about running around the map, claiming these relic dispensers, and then grabbing them in order to push for victory.
I will take what I need. The words in my throat are the weapon in my fist.
We were feeling pretty hypey this season, obviously.
yeah.
There's something in the air. And so when thinking about, like, what's a good raid reprisal
Know what's in the
that would
air?
really suit
Sickness,
this
because
very
I'm
hypey
freaking
season?
still got a
There's
fever. I
only
gotta
one
check
answer.
it. All right. Oh! Crota's coming back! Let's go!
What the Hive call a god.
Let's go, Crota. Thank God it wasn't a D2 raid. Let's go. Oh, we got the old gear back.
Only a true weapon of the light.
Holy crap, they brought the ornaments back. Holy crap, they brought the old ornaments back. Yes! Thank God. Play to earn. Whoa, I want that ring. Listen, I'm sorry, gonna be $200 that I probably won't even do
into
it.
The final shape, we really want to rally all Guardians.
I
at the
probably
end
won't
of
touch
the
it. Let's
Light
be
and
honest. I
Darkness
probably won't
saga.
spend
We
cash
want
on
to
that ring.
reduce those
It looks
power
good.
barriers, as well as catch people up on key story beats and make sure that they have a really great and easy time connecting with other players.
Is this in-game LFG? I still don't think game
In
saved
the
yet.
final shape,
I still don't think
we're
it's
trying
saved.
to find ways to make power more simple and easy to understand, and also lowering the barrier to entry.
It's going to make it easier for players who have not been able to jump into game easily because they were held back by the challenges in grinding for the power levels that are required by these different activities.
One of the major changes that's going to be happening starting with the final shape is there are going to be a certain number of activities that are going to be power fixed. So it doesn't matter kind of what power level you are going into it, you're always going to be able to approach it. There's still going to be tiers of difficulty that you can do, things that are just meant to be experienced a certain way.
Things like Nightfall strikes
Okay.
that will still have power enabled, and that's where we're really going to focus the whole power climb.
The raids, the contest modes that everybody loves to engage with, that experience is fundamentally going to be staying the same.
I'm excited for this because I think there'll be a lot more clarity for players in terms of understanding the relative difficulty of things, where they sit now in the spectrum.
One way that we're trying to do that is making it easier for new players to engage with you. So we're introducing something that we're calling Fire Team Power.
You can actually bring your friends along to play any
this was in
dungeons and
leaks.
raids in the game without having to wait them to be at a certain power level.
Okay.
The person with the highest power in your fire team is actually going to bring all the others close to their
Let's
power
go.
level, which means that there's no barriers really for any other Guardian to join you in this high-level content.
When it's combined with Fireteam Finder, it also allows you to find strangers, people you've never played with before, and have that same experience. That's all regardless of the power level of you and the rest of the people in your fire team.
Fireteam Finder is the new feature that's coming in Season 23, aimed at helping connect and find other people to complete the best and most aspirational content
We'll
in
see. We'll see.
Destiny.
LG
we have
and
a
Discord is
tag system
toxic
that allows
and
players to be able to
filled with
say,
morons, so we'll
this
see.
is my play style. I'm really chill. I'm anti-sweat.
Okay.
I'm just really here
Competitive.
to have a good time. Exactly.
Tags really allows players to show a little bit more personality, show a little bit more about what they're about. I think what's really great about it is with this launch, we're also looking at including inclusion tags.
As an example, one of the inclusion tags that we have are for colorblind players. Hopefully the inclusion tags will bring players closer to finding their community and even closer to the people that
A
they're
little
playing
late,
with.
but better
so
than
once
nothing,
a listing
right?
goes live, players will be put into a listing lobby where players can gather, they can communicate with each other. So we wanted to make it as convenient and as easy as possible for players to not just sit and stare at a screen for a long time while their listing actually fills up.
As a gamer who's typically more solo, I'm especially excited about this because it really is about helping reduce that anxiety and burden that comes with trying to make a new connection.
The Taken King.
The feature coming out
a really
today
good
that
raid.
I'm incredibly excited about is Timeline Reflections. Essentially what we have done
what is
is
this?
we went back to previous expansions and pulled out missions that we felt really represent key narrative beats within our story. We are going to have a mission for Forsaken, mission for Beyond Light, as well as a mission for Witch Queen.
Thanks for the memories.
What?
The neat thing about these missions is they're not going to be like one-to-one for how you would experience them in the campaign. You're also going to get additional pieces of narrative fed to you to like identify like, hey, this is why it's important that this happened, and here are the people you met along the way.
A really big one that's really timely for Final Shape is Cade's last stand from Forsaken.
Yeah, that's pretty freaking important.
This is a moment that a lot of players, new and old, are going to come back to Destiny. I think this is just the right time to introduce features that are going to allow those players to jump right in and find people to play with and enjoy this content regardless of their power level.
It's free. It's free. They're bringing old campaign or missions, and it's
We're reaching
free.
the end of this 10-year journey. What comes next?
The episodes. and the new way we're going to tell stories moving forward.
What's really important about episodes is that it's a really big shakeup to what we've been doing. Instead of providing 4 seasons a year, you are going to get 3 larger episodes.
Okay,
And so the first 3
that's
episodes
what
in
I
this coming
said.
year are called Echoes, Revenant, and Heresy.
I said
It's
we should
coming
do
right after
something
the
like
final
that,
shape.
bigger.
And the theme for the year is going to be all about the consequences and aftermath of the final shape. I think what's really the cornerstone of the episode model that
We
we're
have a
building is the
roadmap.
3-act structure.
We have a roadmap.
The acts act as these anchors for us to introduce new weapons, new artifact mods, new activities. There's going to be new missions coming around the core. There'll be new story moments in every single one of these acts. We're actually providing more cinematic styled experiences throughout the final shape year and the episodes with it than any of the seasons we've ever developed before.
These new stories are actually playable as standalone. Like each episode is something you can experience, whether you've been playing Destiny for 10 years or this is your first one.
You're going to be able to basically enjoy them in any order you want to.
I think the opportunity with this big epic moment is that we get to innovate the game. We get to move the game forward.
It's all about change frequently. It's all about deeper story moments. It's all about more weapons, more loot, more
Bro.
often. And it really provides the team with
Seasons,
a
mate,
platform
are
to
gone.
go much deeper into the themes and fantasies and story
Episodes are
of
here.
any individual episode as compared to the seasons you know of today.
Goodbye,
I'm
seasons.
so excited to see what the narrative team can do with this kind of new platform of storytelling. Episodes provides this awesome foundation for the future of Destiny.
We're moving into the next stage of Destiny 2. I think some people look at the final shape and they think Destiny 2 is coming to the end. And in many ways, it's the opposite. We're leaning in. We're putting the pedal to the metal. Episodes provide us a new, innovative way for players to engage with Destiny 2 throughout the year.
Holy crap. Now that is massive. That is massive.
Devotion.
I'm not sold on Witch Queen or on the final shape, but Echoes.
We know that we were
Echoes
chosen
might
for
be
a
delivering what we've been wanting for
by
seasons.
something greater than
Oh my god.
ourselves.
And we have a roadmap. We actually have like a semi-roadmap.
Eyes up, Guardian.
Shaped by the fires of each new battle, we are forged and sharpened into what we
I'm
must
still not
become
sold
for
on
fight
the
ahead.
final shape. We really didn't see like a whole lot.
We are the final line that
I
holds
feel like
the
we saw
second
more for
collapse.
Witch Queen. I could be wrong.
All of us. Every Titan. Every Warlock. Every Hunter.
What is it the Guardians say?
And how does all these other characters play a part in the story? Like Savathun, we didn't see it in the final shape.
Sacrifice.
Anna,
Sacrifice
Clovis,
leads to death.
Mithrax, Keitel, Mara. Where are all these main characters? Are they also going to be in the final shape? Or are we just ignoring that they exist? Crow, does he not exist? Eris. Like, that's the problem I'm having right now is I don't see any of these other characters.
Can overcome. Trust me.
You've heard the stories of the Traveler's sacrifice, of darkness descending upon humanity.
I don't feel like they're over delivering yet.
This time, there is no escape.
I'm honestly not. I'm not hyped. I'm more hyped about the episodes.
It's going to be an exciting year for Guardians.
Than I
We get
am
to
the
make
final
good
shape.
on a promise that we made way back in 2014. There was classic rock blasting.
I'm also more excited for
fire team
Crota.
racing across our solar system, and at the end, a simple message: become legend. Today, you got a glimpse at how we'll be cementing your legend in this upcoming year. We're going to be heading inside the Traveler, experiencing a destination unlike anything we've ever built before.
Yeah,
We'll
we
face
didn't
the
really get
biggest
like a
battle
whole
we've ever
lot though.
made. And we'll do this all alongside a streamlined progression system, allowing us to easily play with friends
Which is
and
good.
any content
There's
in the
quality of
game.
life that's
and
needed.
As the dust settles in the final shape, we're going to continue our legends in Echoes. It's Destiny's first
Echoes are good.
episode in a new phase of storytelling for Guardians with brand new conflicts born from the resolution of the Light and Darkness saga. These first episodes are just the beginning. But if you're chomping at the bit to see how the Light and Darkness saga is going to kick off the future of Destiny 2, we've got a ton of great content for you to jump into today. Going live after this, we've got Season of the Witch.
Yeah.
With a new story, new weapons,
which
new
looks pretty
armor,
good,
new activities, and new PvP content, all alongside a series of story catch-up missions, allowing any of your friends to jump into the game and get up
so
to
that's
speed
live.
on
That's
what's
great.
happening in
It's
this
awesome.
world. Then, next week, a brutal reprisal of Crota's End. is
Yeah,
gonna join the
right.
ranks
I'm gonna
of
be
our
doing that.
aspirational
Day
content.
one, baby.
I can't wait to see you all in the throne world as we learn more about the final shape and how we can stop it.
I mean, overall, I just, it's a good showing, but it didn't blow me away. No, you're right. I think I'm more hyped about this season 22 and then Echoes. But everything, I'm going to pause this, or not pause it, so everything we saw was pretty much on my bingo book of what I expected them to show. A new super, which they technically did, new exotics, which they did, and then a lot of it's nostalgia berry exotics with some new ones. We were bringing, what I wanted was other area, like a new enemy type. We got that kind of. I wanted to see new environments, like well, not new environment, but also wanted to bring back other environments, like and they did. They brought back different planets into this. Collector's edition reveal. Oh, everyone get your credit card out. Get your credit card out. Get your credit card money. This is your time to spend money. Oh, are you ready? Here's your credit card money. Get your money out. Are you ready? Are you ready?
Create a collector's edition. We try and
time to get your credit card out.
Items from the universe for players to enjoy outside of the game. So this year we're doing a Destiny 1
That's
tower.
actually good.
We really try to work hard at thinking
Why
about
is the nostalgia?
10 years
No,
of
I'm not doing
Destiny
it.
And how best
Screw that.
to encapsulate that experience.
I'm not doing
as
it.
a game dev who've worked on it since day
Not doing
one,
it.
Like I think
I'm not doing
having
it.
be the
So
tower
tempting.
is
It's
super
so
exciting for
tempting.
us because
No,
it's
I'm
going
not
to kind
doing
of
it.
catalog your journey of a player from when you first started playing Destiny all the way to now. The tower, it's kind of like the beacon in which you're a place you can
The
call
more I look
home.
at it, the more I'm actually over it now.
The tower.
It's good,
And
but
then
I'm
there
over
are
it.
Actual figures of the Vanguard mentors.
Okay.
that
Yeah, I'm over
accompany
it.
That architectural model.
And there's a
Tower's
lot of,
cool, but I'm
hidden
already over it.
messages and hidden things.
There's going to be some fun surprises. We're always trying to push the envelope. And so
Okay.
we've been playing a lot with magnetic locks and sound effects and lights.
Collector's
Just sort of
edition
make this
tower.
experience as a whole really special. It's sort of the perfect symbol of
I feel like someone
Destiny.
could
I'm so
easily
excited
3D
for it.
print this for cheaper, but okay.
Me too.
It really does look like someone just 3D printed it. It's not painted or anything. They didn't show Keith David. That was one of my things, that they would show Keith David's voice, but I guess they were honoring Lance, allowing Lance to keep his voice lines as they talked. Post show. What the heck? Okay, well, I don't know what the post show is. All right, so here's my opinion. Season 22 is going to be its own opinion, so I'm not going to talk about it. Echoes is the change from seasons. It's going to not be as spread out. There's only going to be 3 of them. There's going to be more content. That's great. It sounds great. It sounds great, but really, honestly, what matters here, I'll keep the volume up a little bit. What matters is the substance. Is there substance there? We'll find out when we actually get to them. I kind of do want to get the deluxe version just to experience one-time Echoes. And that's it. I kind of want to taste what an Echo is. For the final shape, there wasn't really anything of substance. They showed us new environments. That's great. It kind of was what I wanted, was the different environments. Characters, I don't know how I necessarily feel about it. Cade's coming back. That's cool. He's a Virgil. I like that. We have new enemy type, kind of like, that's great. Weapons are nostalgia bait, but that's cool. With some new ones that I'm sure none of them will actually be good because they only show generic trash enemies, so they don't actually take you into a GM to show you if they're good or not. I mean, I saw a lot of different exotics, which is great. That's my biggest complaint. There needs to be more exotics to chase. So there was like 4 or 5 different exotic weapons. That's great. I think that's great, but I'm hoping that's just tied to the final shape and not to any of these echoes. Because we didn't get any, I don't know if it gave us clarification whether the echoes start at the same time as the final shape like seasons have. I hope they don't. I hope final shape is its own thing and then echoes will start later. They don't need to be bunched up. Having more options for our other subclasses, our light subclasses, is great. I still wonder if they're holding to the chest another subclass. Who knows? Maybe they do. Overall, I want to see a dungeon. There has to be a dungeon, a raid and a dungeon. I feel like that's good. There's got to be some kind of hunt system, because hunt system adds a little bit more intrinsic value when you have faces you have to fight instead of just one big baddie in a raid. Like sergeants, lieutenants, things that you chase. I think that's kind of cool. Overall, I give this a 7 out of 10.